Hey guys, just bear with me one moment. Just getting it up on my other screen so I can ensure I see all the comments and everything else. Maybe. Sorry guys, technology. Um, Alright. Sorry guys, this is a major pain in my butt. Just give me one moment. I need to make sure I can see all the comments and everything for this to work, so... Alright, looks like we're in business. G'day guys. What do we have? Hello Dan. Hello. How is everybody? So guys, today we're going to be doing a training called Why Them Not Me. Now, essentially what this is all about is why do some people succeed in business and just seemingly tend to, like, everything works for them, right? Why does that seem to happen for some people and not other people? So essentially, over all my years doing business, now I've been an entrepreneur for almost 20 years now. I've been working with Kindle Direct Publishing for almost 10 years now. So since 2012, I've been working with Kindle Direct Publishing. And I've seen a hell of a lot when it comes to business. I've been through a hell of a lot of different strategies. I've worked with a lot of different people. And what I've figured out over these years is there's 5 variables, right? 5 consistent variables that have helped me succeed and other people that I've worked with succeed over the years. And this is pretty much what a business is. Now, a lot of people tend to believe that business is simply a bunch of strategies strung together to create something that works, right? And it is in a sense, but there's so much more to it. So guys, let's just jump in. The first variable, so I call this my 5 S's to success. Now, maybe you guys have heard me talk about this before. I don't think I've spoke about it too much in this group. But today we're going to dive a lot deeper into the 5 S's to success. So S number 1. is stoicism, right? Do you guys know what that means? Does anybody know what stoicism means? No, well, essentially, it means the endurance of pain without complaint, right? So to endure phenomenal amounts of pain without whinging or complaining or feeling sorry for yourself or going down that dark path of why me, right? Why them, not me, essentially, okay? So, stoicism. How do you endure pain without complaint? Because this is a difficult thing to do, right? Essentially, it comes down to building yourself as the product, right? Your mindset. Now, guys, I know that a lot of people don't put too much stock into mindset. I was one of them at a certain stage. Guys, can everybody hear me all right? Just want to make sure. Can you comment yes if you can hear me okay, please? Just throw a yes in the comments if you can hear me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should have actually checked that in the beginning, right? But all right, awesome, clearly. All right. So I used to think mindset was very woo woo, right? So many coaches out there saying, hey, I can teach you how to strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, strengthen your soul, strengthen this, strengthen that. And then you'll be able to practice stoicism, right? To endure pain without complaint. Now, it doesn't matter how strong your mind is. Like, I have mindset coaches, guys, and it is extremely important to get your mindset right. In fact, I would go as far as to say, if you don't have a strong mindset, if you can't endure pain without complaint on a consistent daily basis, because that's what business is. It is a bunch of pain, a bunch of failure, a bunch of struggle. And if you complain and, you ask this question a lot, why them, not me? You're not going to get to that success level. You really need to level up as a person. And I call this building yourself as the product, okay? So you are the product. You become the product. And what I mean by that is to build a strong mindset, it requires consistent, repetitive daily tasks. And this is routine, right, guys? So most of you probably already know that I'm up at 5 a.m. every morning. Now, I didn't always do this. I didn't always subscribe to this as a way to build a strong mindset. However, since I've been doing this sort of morning routine, man, has things changed for me, I tell you. And I've only been doing this maybe the last year, this morning routine, right? So I'm up at 5 a.m. I practice gratitude because we might not have everything we want in life, but we need to be grateful for the things that we do have, because if we are not grateful for these things, how can you enter your day with a positive attitude and a positive outlook on what you're going to succeed in that day? It's impossible, right? If you wake up on a Debbie Downer and you're just not a happy person this day, if you're not grateful for the things you do have, you cannot go into this day with a positive attitude. And without a positive attitude, you will not get a positive result in your daily work life or life in general, guys, right? So that's what I do. I wake up at 5 a.m. Instantly, I start thinking about my family. I start thinking about the things I have achieved. I start thinking about the growth that I've been through. And guys, growth only comes through pain. And, you need to go through pain in business to be able to get... Look, why do you think people who win the lottery don't ever actually keep that money? Why do you think most of them end up worse off than what they were when they win that money, that big couple $1 million, stacking a couple M's in their bank account, right? It's because they haven't gone through the pain to get it. Look at it this way. If I bought, just say, a Porsche, right? A brand new Porsche. I worked extremely hard to get that money. Look, I would never buy a Porsche because I'm not into that sort of flashy lifestyle. But I could, right? Because I have the money. I've worked extremely hard over the years to get that money. If I bought that Porsche, I guarantee you, I would look after that thing. I would polish it, right? I would make sure that my shoes were clean before I got in. Now, Imagine you're a 21-year-old kid, you've just won the lottery, right? And you go out and buy a Porsche. Do you think that that kid is going to look after that Porsche as much as I would, right? Do you think that he's going to care about his dirty shoes? Do you think he's going to polish it all the time? Nah, that car is going to get hammered, right? Doors are going to get banged because his mind wasn't ready for that success. He did not earn that success. He did not earn that money. So we must go through pain without complaint through building mindset and yourself as the product to get to where we need to go. And if we don't go through this, and if we don't end up being in a position where stoicism comes naturally to us, you won't keep your success even if you do get it. So this is extremely important, guys, to build a mindset, right? Build a really strong mindset. Yes, that's right. That's right. Saf and Nelson, absolutely. So mindset, guys. You are the product of your own mindset. You need to be able to endure pain. Pain is your friend, believe it or not, right? There's a lot of people in this group that are struggling with KDP and they don't understand why. Well, these are the reasons why. Because that pain is going to help you grow. And through growth, only can you find success, right? Even if you don't grow and you just get success, then you lose success faster than it comes, believe me. All right, guys, so stoicism, pain, mindset, routine. Okay, let's get back to routine. So I wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. I practice gratitude because you need to be grateful to enter that day with gratitude. Otherwise, you won't be able to operate on such a high vibration. If you can't operate on that high vibration throughout the day, you're not going to get that quality of work done that needs to be done in order for you to build yourself as the product, okay? So gratitude, and then I go into learning instantly, right? I read a book. I'll show you what I have here. This is what I'm reading at the moment, guys. Dan Locke, Unlock It. Very good book. I mean, a lot of it is what we already know, but it's really good to just reiterate on such things. Very good book. So I'll read this. I'll read this in the morning, and straight from there, right, I like to provoke an emotional response inside myself. And I like to actually provoke pain. I want to feel pain inside myself. If any of you guys know who David Goggins is, he talks about this all the time. He talks about sitting and festering inside of his pain, feeling that stuff, right? Because if that, there's no emotion in a human stronger than pain. So what I'll do is I'll throw on a song in the morning, usually like a female song, like Adele, right? Something from Adele, or Evanescence, My Immortal, somewhere where there's a lot of pain in the voice and anguish, and just someone who wants more, but right now, there in that point in time, they're in absolute agony emotionally, okay? So I'll provoke that response in myself through a song, and I'll really feel it. And then I'll go into a meditative state where I think about what I actually want to achieve. Guys, this is why I ask you guys a lot in the group, what is it that is your real ultimate goal here? Not making money with KDP, right? That's not your ultimate goal. It's nobody's ultimate goal. Making money is not anybody's ultimate goal. Making money is great. It makes life easier. But why do you want to make money? How will that money change your life? What is it that you really want? What is it? Do you really want to travel? Are you a single young person and you really want to travel? That's what the money will get you, right? So the goal isn't making money, it's getting the money to travel. Are you a parent who wants to be a more present parent? Doesn't want to have to go to work every single day and come home to their kids when they're just about to eat dinner and go to sleep and not see them grow? Like, what is your ultimate goal? My goal, I'm past monetary goals, right? When you get to a point where money's not an issue anymore, you start to realize there's so much more to life. But everybody needs to get to that point, and I understand that, right? Everybody needs to get to that point where money no longer is an issue. Everybody has money problems until you don't. right? So that's always usually where you need to get to before you can reach for that higher purpose in life. And my higher purpose is, this is what I meditate on every single morning. This is how you build character, guys. This is how you build stoicism. This is how you build mindset. This is how you become the product, right? You become the product. I will meditate on myself. This might seem a little dark, okay, guys, but I'll be laying in a grave and I'm dead and I'm looking up out of that grave and I see all around the edges, I see my children, but they're adults and they now have children of their own and they're holding their little hands and they're all looking down at me in this grave. And I'm looking back up and in my death, I'm smiling. And I look at them and they are smiling too. They have tears, they are sad, but they are also so happy because they know that their father lived a life of pure abundance and freedom. He came from a place where he gave to everybody everything he had. They know that their father taught them to do this themselves, to chase their dreams, to be all they can be, no matter the consequences, to go all in all the time. That is my ultimate goal, guys, and I meditate on this every single morning. Does that resonate with anybody here? Just put a hell yeah in the comments if that resonates with anybody here. Guys, also think about this. What is your ultimate goal, right? Because these are the things you need to hold on to in order to build yourself as the product, right? These are the things you really need to hold on to because your dedication and ambition will only take you so far, right? Yeah, Christian. Awesome, brother. Your dedication will only take you so far. And if you don't grab onto these higher purpose things, you will never build yourself as a product. You will never have that mindset. You will never be able to go through pain without complaint. This stuff is so important, guys. Like I can't like stress enough how important this part of success is. Without it, nothing else matters, right? Nothing else matters. So guys, after that in the morning, I go out and I'll smash, I've got a home gym here. I'll smash weights because you're never in flow state better than when you're exercising. You cannot be sad or depressed when you're exercising. So physical exercise and being physically in shape is super important to being successful with monetary standards, right? Super important. Never forget that, guys. Like, you might see super uber rich people that are massive, like, you know, like have issues with weight, right? But you can see in their eyes, they're not happy. They have so many demons inside of them still. They don't want to go to the beach and take their shirt off. Like, these things will stop you from being the product. So physical exercise is extremely important too, guys. Don't underestimate this stuff. Believe me, when you change your diet, your brain works better. When you exercise, you feel better. You're more confident, right? You're able to build yourself as that product a lot faster. All right, guys, so going off on a tangent on this one, but stoicism is extremely important. Don't underestimate it. Let's move into the next one, which is structure. Okay, so structure in business is essentially your business layout, right? So is it a LLC company? If you're in the States, in Australia, it's Pty Ltd, right? So is it a propriety limited company? Are you a sole trader, right? What sort of business are you building? Right? So you need structure. In any business, without structure, you don't have a business. You have a hobby and you're a part-time entrepreneur, right? So you don't want that. You need structure inside of your business. So what structure also means is your legal structure, your biz layout, and also like things like the layout of how you structure your business on your computer systems and whatnot. So your foldering systems, your filing. In the old days, it would be called filing systems, yeah? So you have a filing cabinet and the way you put all your different documents and things. If you're got people on payroll, you got pay slips and all these things. So also your filing systems, really. Filing systems on PC, right? Or Mac or whatever it is that you use today. So you've got your mind right. You now have your business set up. You are a sole trader, you've got an LLC company or propriety limited, or depending where you are in the world, whatever it is. You now have your computer system set up. So you have it. This is so important, guys. I've got one single folder that works for everything with Kindle Direct Publishing. Everything for Kindle Direct Publishing is in that single folder. And in that folder, I have, how do I have it set up? So I have all right, so I've got the folder, and in that folder, I've got another one. This one is books not uploaded, right? So this is books in progress. And then I have another folder, and this is books uploaded. So once I create a book, when I'm creating a book, it goes in here. Once it's created and uploaded to the KDP platform, it goes into here. And then I also have other folders like cover art, right? Cover art. And what else do I have? Metadata research, right? Metadata. So cover, metadata, and all this structure. It's like a tree, a branch out, right? If you don't have that structure set up properly, you lose track of things. You become less proficient. And productivity. If you don't have productivity in your business, you tend to fall behind on things. You get stressed, and so you need structure. All right. So the next one is systems, guys. Systems. And essentially, guys, systems is just the best use of your structure, okay? So what I like to do as well when I'm creating systems inside of a business is use things like, do you have a team? If you don't have a team, you can still use something like this, Trello, right? Has anybody heard of Trello? Anybody heard of Trello before? Nope. Okay. All right. So Trello essentially is a place online. It's for free, where you can create boards of things to do, different structures and ways to do things inside of your company and your business. Trello is excellent, man. Like really, everyone here should be jumping on Trello, because without having your systems in place, right? Using this structure, you can also set up your structure in Trello. Make sure that you've got everything right. All of this sort of stuff. But without having your systems in place, you're really just going on YouTube, right? And you're looking at a whole bunch of different little bits of strategy, and you're pulling them together in your own brain, and you're trying to implement them into the Kindle Direct Publishing platform, and you're not winning, and you're wondering, why the hell am I not winning? And then you're inboxing me saying, Dan, I'm doing everything right, but you're not. Why am I not making sales, right? You're not making sales because you haven't built yourself into a product. You haven't got the right mindset. You don't know how to go through pain without complaint. You're complaining about it all the time. You're complaining, why am I not making sales? You don't have your company set up. Tax, that's another one there, guys, that I missed out. You don't have your tax set up the right way, right? You don't have your systems on your computer set up the right way. This is why you're not making sales. Then you don't have your Trello, right? Trello is important, I reckon, inside of Kindle Direct Publishing or any business, because I wish I had a computer so I could pull it up now what Trello actually is. It's essentially a way to categorize everything into chains, and then you can green light things that you've done and you haven't done. And you can share images, you can share links, you can put in videos, right? So if you have a particular video that you saw on YouTube that gave you extreme value, and you're setting up your strategy inside Trello, which is actually the next S, strategy, right? You're setting up your strategy inside Trello, and there's this particular video that really resonated with you, you don't want to forget it. And you might have a little list in YouTube of, you know, like the videos that really helped you out, but you can throw that into Trello as you're setting up your strategy. So next time when you're going through your steps and you're greenlighting things while you're uploading to KDP, you can go, oh yeah, this video, right? I just want to recap on that. Click it, watch it, recap, get it in your mind, and boom, off to your next step, next step, next step, next step. So you're building systems through Trello, right? So guys, I don't even really need to go any further into that. Just use Trello to build systems, okay? That's going to help you immensely alone on itself. So the next one, guys, is, make sure, yep, strategy. Strategy. Now, this is the one that everyone always says, Dan, this is the one that everybody thinks is the most important thing when it comes to business. Now, it's not. I'll tell you why. Because without having the mindset to endure pain, right, without complaint, your strategy will never work, because strategies never work the first time or the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth. Strategies always fail you until you find that perfect little one. But you can never find that perfect little strategy, because strategy is broken down into multiple different variables, right? There's an overall strategy that you do inside your business. And then there's multiple different variables. So there's the overall, and then there's smaller strategies inside of every larger strategy, which is a variable, right? So there's the smaller strategy. Yeah. There's a smaller strategy. If you don't have the ability to practice stoicism, you will never figure out these smaller strategies. YouTube always gives you the overall, so that you think you're getting like really in-depth strategy on YouTube. You're not. You're getting the overall strategy, right? It's up to you to build that mindset and that endurance to create smaller strategies inside the overall strategy. And the only place you'll ever get these smaller strategies, guys, is in a paid program, or if you figure it out yourself, right? That's just the truth. You're not going to get them on YouTube. So strategy is important, because strategy is the money-making tasks. Without strategy, you don't make money. But you can never build a solid strategy without these other things, without stoicism, without structuring your company right, and having your tax right, and having your filing systems right. You can never build good strategy without having proper systems in place. Because remember, Trello is going to help you build that strategy, guys. These two work hand in hand. All right. So here's an example. If you go on YouTube and you find an overall strategy, all right? So you figure out, okay, this is how you do, for example, low and no content books. We all know I don't do low and no content books, but we're going to use that as an example. Excuse me. You get the overall strategy, and then you start figuring out the little moving parts in between them, right? So like keyword research, how to do covers, how to do descriptions, and all those other little things. They're your smaller strategy, and each one of these needs to be perfected for you to be successful, monetary successful with Kindle Direct Publishing. They need to be perfected. So as you build these little strategies inside of your overall business model, use Trello. Put them down on Trello boards. It's called Trello boards, right? And they just essentially look like this. And they have little steps to each one. Each one of these is a step, right? So you can list your strategy out in Trello and implement it. And as you implement it into Kindle Direct Publishing and things are working, keep them. The things that aren't working, get rid of them, right? Off. The things that are working, keep them. The things that aren't working, get rid of them or restructure them. Guys, this stuff takes time, it takes intelligence, and it takes stoicism. It does not happen overnight. Does not happen overnight. Now, everybody wants to get rich quick today. It's not going to happen, right? Not unless you win the lottery, and then you're going to be that kid driving around in that Porsche that's trashed, full of rubbish, because you didn't earn it. You must earn it, right? It's the only way. I earned it 2 full years of struggle. But before that, guys, that's just with KDP. Before that, I struggled for 10 years. 12 years it took me to get to the point where I realized all this stuff that I'm telling you today. It works, okay? You need to have patience. You need to build strategy. You need to do it through stoicism. All right, guys? So let's actually talk about a little bit of strategy here. I want to give you an example. And I've given this example before. Some of you may have heard it, some of you may not. And this comes down to niche research, guys, okay? So this is an example of a strategy that I developed with niche research. And this strategy alone, because everyone asks always about, hey Dan, how do you do keywords and niche research? As if these two things are going to make them successful. Guys, they're not. I'm here to tell you right now today, niche research and keywords are not going to make you successful. All of this put together as one hardcore, unbreakable system is going to make you successful. But anyway, let's have a look at niche and keyword research. And just to show you, well, not keyword, niche research, right? Just to show you the power of building a solid strategy through all of these things, through mastering. I won't say mastering because we are not masters of anything and we never will be, right? Through being able to become proficient at all of these things, right? So, niche research, guys. Now, here's a little strategy that I developed over creating Trello boards, crossing things off, ticking things off, crossing things off, ticking things off to get that perfect mix of strategy that just works every single time. So for niche research, what I always do if I'm trying to figure out a new niche, now I don't necessarily do this as much anymore today, guys, because I just follow the data. I have so many successful books and titles and different genres that I don't need to necessarily do this. But if you're just starting out and you're thinking, I need a niche, I need, to get started, this is how you do it. So you want to get 20 niches. Now, don't be picky, guys. Don't be picky. Just go out there and find 20 niches. If you're in the low and no content space, go out there and find a niche like notebooks for dentists, right? That's one niche, okay? Or like get creative, but don't be too picky. Or for example, fishermen, right? Create a notebook for fishermen to write down their catches and things like that. Believe it or not, the fishing industry is huge. Billions of dollars a year, right? So there's a niche for you. So just pick 20 niches, just like that. 20 niches. In each niche, create one book. Right? In each niche, each 20 niches, now you have 20 books, right? And if you're going to do all notebooks, do all notebooks. If you're going to do like all puzzle books, do all puzzle books. Just make sure they're all similar. Different niches, but you want to have similar structures around everything, okay? So after that, now guys, this takes time. This is going to take time and effort. It's not going to happen overnight. Last time I taught this strategy, people were coming to me in a week saying, Dan, what? I don't see any sales. Look, allocate 3 months to this minimum, okay? 3 months, because this is how business works. It doesn't happen overnight. So one book in each 20 niche. And then watch what happens with your eyeballs, guys. You need to watch what sells. Now, obviously you need to, when you create these books, you publish them, you do your keyword research, make sure you do everything well, do your covers well, make sure everything is done to the best possible ability that you can do it, because you want to give each of these books the best chance of really making sales in the marketplace. Okay, so watch what happens. Then once you see what's selling, do more of that. It's really that simple. Once you see what's selling, so if the fishing books are selling, do more. Do more fishing books in that niche. You just found your niche, guys, right? Even if they're just selling slightly, it doesn't matter. Start pumping out more books in the fishing niche. This way, what you're doing is you're basing your sales and your future, the future of your business, on your own sales data and not what you're reading randomly in blog posts or on YouTube videos on the internet. Because these things will mislead you, right? They will mislead you because that works for them, but not necessarily for you. Now, they might not mislead you on purpose, but they will mislead you because your business is different to theirs. Your business is different to mine. Even if you're one of my students and you are doing everything that I teach, your business is still different to mine, and that is why you must follow your own data in order to be successful. If you follow my data, you're not going to be successful because you might have different keywords to me. There's so many different variables. Your descriptions might be different. Your covers and the cover structures of your titles and everything may be different. That's another thing with this strategy, guys, right? So if your fishing books are selling, ensure that when you do more, that you actually test out your title, structure, your description, structure, and your cover structure. Right? These are three variables that I have found pertain to different sales, right? So if you can figure out the proper structure for these three variables and you've got a niche that's selling, well, you're in business, because every single book that you do from there on will be highly optimized for you to make sales in that niche. Okay, so what do I mean by title structure? So you might have the title with a hyphen and something else after it, or you might have the title hyphen something else hyphen something else. Okay, so looking at the different structures, the ways you can do your title. The same as description. Okay, for description, you might have 3 different blocks of content. So you might have the introduction to your book up here, bold text or whatever, using HTML tags. Then you might have the bulk content, the sales copy of your book. And then down the bottom, you might have bullet points that have the sizes and the paper, the type of paper and all those things of your book. So you have a description structure. In this instance, we have 3 blocks, okay? So you might have 4 blocks or 2 blocks, or just test out whether you put your sales copy right at the top or in the middle or down the bottom. These things, test them out. When you're pumping out new books in the fishing niche, for example, when you're doing more, test out these things, these different structures, and you'll see patterns in what's selling and what's not. Now test them out just one at a time, okay? So each book one at a time. You don't want to test out all 3 things. So just say you pump out 3 books in the fishing niche, do one with the title structure different, and one with the description structure and one with the cover structure different. So just one thing at a time, but keep the 2 other things the same. I hope that makes sense, guys. Does that make sense? Yeah, Karim, I'll leave this video up, mate. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that doesn't make sense so I can explain it to you a little better. Oh, I've got a bad back, guys. Slip discs in my neck and things. Yep, that makes sense. Excellent. Perfect, makes sense. Awesome. All right, guys. So that is just a little bit of strategy that was created through Trello. I use Trello to do these things, to map out my strategy and then figure out what works and what doesn't. And it's the same thing. You use Trello for this, right? Here, with your niche research, when you do your 20 books, map them out in Trello and then tick off what's working, cross out what's not, right? And then when you do more fishing books, for example, that's the niche in this example, you map them out in here and you map out each variable that you used inside of Trello, right? And then you tick off what's working and you cross off what's not. And you always just do more of what's working, guys. It's that simple, right? It really is that simple. But it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes stoicism to get there. Because if you don't have that stoicism, if you can't go through the pain of not making sales, right, without complaint, you're never going to get to the point where you're making sales, okay? That's just the truth of it. All right, so the last one, guys, is stamina. The last S, 5 S's to success. Stamina. All right. Stamina. Guys, stamina is essentially stoicism, but over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? So, how many times can you endure pain without complaint? Right? Through building this mindset, you might be able to endure pain without complaint once, twice, 3 times. Because I go through pain inside of my businesses. I don't just deal with KDP, guys. I work with a whole bunch of different businesses. I do real estate investing. I do stock investing. I work with bonds and all these other different things, right? Now I'm just getting into crypto, actually. I've got a coach down in Sydney. She is phenomenal, guys. I'm going to do some videos on this too later. But it's scary. Crypto is so scary. Like, you can lose it all, but you can make so much. Anyway, I lose money on a daily and I make money on a daily. And I just go through the pain of when the stock market crashes or coronavirus hits without complaint, because everything always picks up again. You will always go through these things. I have the stamina of a lion. Yeah! Christian. Awesome, brother. I know you do, man. Christian's in my program. Yeah, go Christian. All right, so essentially you need stamina, which is stoicism, over and over again. How do you go through so much pain in your business without complaining, without wavering? How do you do that? I tell you how. You become the damn product. You wake up in the morning and you make yourself promises that you keep. You wake up in the morning and you sit in that pain and you think about where you want to be in your life. You think about what it's going to take to get there. You think about and feel what it's going to take to get there. What are you ready to sacrifice to be able to achieve all 5 S's and essentially financial freedom and success in your business and life? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because it will take sacrifice. It will take sacrifice. You are going to experience hardship. You are going to have to take gambles and risks. You are going to have to make investments and be willing to lose everything to be able to get there, right? Stamina. And when you do lose everything, and you will, because we all do, right? We all do. I have. When you do lose everything, you need to have stamina. You need to have stamina to pick yourself up again and say, hang on, I am the product, right? So what if I don't have money? Money comes and goes. These things that we cultivate inside of ourselves, in our hearts, when we turn ourselves into the product, these things stay with us forever. It doesn't matter if we're homeless. You guys know I was homeless, right? It doesn't matter if we have nothing. It doesn't matter if we hit rock bottom. If we are the product, we always continue. We start building again. We create a new structure. We create new systems. We create new strategy, and we consistently implement that strategy until we find success, guys. That's how you succeed. And that is why them, not me, right? Stop asking yourself that question. Why them, not me? This is why. Does this make sense to you guys? Does anybody have any questions about this? Hit me up if you have questions, guys. I want to know, does this make sense to everybody? Yep. Awesome. All right, guys. If there's no questions, I'm just going to wrap this up now because you have the blueprint right here behind me. This video is going to stay up in this group, by the way. You have the blueprint to create true success in your life, true abundance. It won't be easy. It will not be easy, right? So essentially, guys, there's one more thing that can help you achieve success faster, all right? Now, awesome, Christian brother. It can help you achieve success faster, and that's getting some damn help, right? Because as you guys know, I have coaches in almost every aspect of my life today, and some tank, some suck, some I've wasted money on, but because I'm the product and I have the mindset and I can endure pain without complaint, I just move on. I don't dwell on it or let it fester inside me and set me back in life. Hell no, I move forward. If I hire a coach that tanks, I just move on to the next one, right? Now, that's how it has to be in order for you to build and cultivate that success mindset inside of your own heart and mind. Mind is part of it, heart is the rest, right? You need to be able to feel emotion. Emotion is, man, what a driving factor emotion can be if you can harness it and turn it into something amazing. So guys, anyway, if you want to get through to a success, to a state of success faster, you need to get help, right? That's what we do. So people that get help tend to have this different type of mindset. They're ready and they're willing to sacrifice everything they have. And even if they don't have it, they're ready and willing to go out and get it so they can get that help, guys. Now, I can help you. I can help you with the KDP Permanent Cash Flow Program. If anybody here or watching this video in the future wants to get some coaching from me, just let's jump on a call, guys. I'll put a link, I guess, in the comments or in the description of this video to my calendar. And if you want to jump on a call or just inbox me, PM me, whatever, all right, we can jump on a call and we can discuss how I can help you achieve success through these principles and more, right, in the fastest possible route. Okay, guys? So one last time, does anybody have any questions on any of this or anything else while I'm still live? Because, what's the time now? Yeah, I've got to jump off this live. I've got 15 minutes and I'm actually on a call with a customer. So, all right, guys. So, anyone have any questions? Just remember, strategy, guys. I just want to reiterate on this one. Strategy is not the end all. Strategy will not make you successful unless you are able to endure pain without complaint. Unless you have a solid structure, tax strategy, and a structure of, essentially, I should think of a better word for this, but your filing system on your computer, the way that you structure out your business, right? Unless you have this, unless you have systems in place to help with your structure and to build your strategy, strategy will not make you successful. It might get you little wins. You might get little wins out of strategy, but they will never be sustainable. Not without these and this. Especially this, guys, because this will carry you through when times get tough, and they're going to get tough. Which is the most important of the 5 to focus on? Dude, every single one of them. But I would say probably, if I had to choose one, it would be stoicism. It would be mindset, because Without this, you're going to go through pain in business, man. You are going to go through pain in business. It's going to get hard. You're going to feel like you're never going to make it, because most people don't. When they get to that point where they feel like they're never going to make it, you know how many times I wanted to quit? Like, so many times. It's just unbelievable how many times I wanted to quit. But I always made myself promises and I followed through, because I had cultivated myself as the product inside my heart. When I make that promise to myself, I don't break it. There is no negotiation. When I say to myself, I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to practice gratitude, I'm going to read a book, right? Then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to pump weights until my arms hurt at freaking 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing that. There is no negotiation with self. And when you get to a point where you don't make up, you'll still make up excuses in your mind. It's like, oh, my body hurts. I'm always aching. I got slipped discs in my neck, man. Sometimes I can't even move my head and my eyes want to fall out, right? But it doesn't matter, because I promised myself I'm going to train today. I'm going to get up and do that physical work. I'm going to do it. There is no negotiation. So that translates into all these things. Once you build yourself as the product and there is no negotiation, you'll get to this point with strategy and you're going to say, hey, man, I want to quit because this is just not working. I've tried it over and over and over again. But then you say to yourself, hang on, don't be, look, I'm going to use the word, don't be a bitch. Just keep doing it, right? And you're going to do that because you were able to cultivate that mindset. You're able to cultivate that mindset and build that heart of a lion that you talked about earlier, Christian. You built that heart of a lion, so nothing will make you waver, especially when those moments come when you want to quit. They're the moments that you level up, right? Tomorrow I'm burying my grandfather. Today I didn't want to jump on this live. It's hard, but I promised myself I would, right? And that's why I'm here doing this presentation for you guys, because I didn't want to do anything today. Like, my grandfather and I were close and it hurts. But these are the level up moments, right? These are the moments where you say, I don't want to do it, so I must. That's how it works. All right, guys, any more questions before we jump off? Nope. All right. Well, look, guys, I hope that really helped any of you. You can still drop questions in the chat afterwards, and I'll answer them when I get around to it. Tomorrow I won't be around, like I just mentioned. I'm at a funeral. So, guys, if you want help, just reach out to me, PM me, and we'll talk about getting on a call and discuss if the KDP Permanent Cashflow Program will benefit you. If it won't benefit you, I'm not going to try to sell you into something, guys, because if you're at a different stage in your career path, and it's not going to help you, it will help most people. But if you are, well, I'm not a salesman, right? I'm not one of those snake oil salesmen. So I just want to have a chat with you, see where you are in your business. If it can help you and you want to work with me, let's do that. All right, guys, you all have a good day. Hope that helped, and I'll talk to you all soon. See ya.